Hi, welcome. It's the first show. It's the first live show of 2023, and welcome everybody to Gwen TV Live Show. It's a monthly live show, and we are on this channel every Friday live. And I talk about TOEIC speaking test. I talk about like all the questions that appear on one set of tests, and we talk about how to get good score on TOEIC speaking. So I'm here to talk about all English in English. And I'm gonna be waiting for more of you to join so I can chat with you guys and try to answer some of the questions you might have about studying TOEIC speaking and learning English and blah 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 blah. All right, so it's really cold outside today in Korea. It snowed for a long time yesterday. Well, thankfully the road is not that icy. The snow didn't pile up, but still like some parts of the road has black ice. So I was riding bicycle in this weather this afternoon, and my fingers almost froze to not death, they haven't fallen off, but still it was really, really cold outside. Well, I just hate the cold weather. I just hope soon spring comes here, and I hope summer comes here, stays for a longer time. Actually, summer is not the best time of the year for me, but spring and fall, I hope those two seasons could be longer this year. And recently I saw a news article that, winter is getting shorter, and in Korea, it used to be like something around like 150 or 60 days, but now we only have like 120 or less than 120 days. So it definitely has gotten shorter. Not really sure about the numbers, but still, I was able to tell the two numbers there was a huge difference between the two numbers. So yeah, they say the winter is shorter, has gotten shorter, but still, I hate winter. All right, so I have some people joining the show. Kyla Rodriguez, I'm new to your channel. Well, Ms. Rodriguez, welcome to the show. Yen Xuan, hello everyone. Hello, Xuan. And Yun Jongin Nim, good evening, guys. Well, thank you for joining the show, Jongin. And Jeremy Tran, hello. Happy New Year. Yeah, because in some countries in Asia, we have recently celebrated, the Lunar New Year's Day. And it was about a 3-day long holiday for Korea. But in some parts of the Asian countries like Taiwan, I know you guys are still enjoying the holiday until this Friday, right? So yeah, Happy New Year to all of those, people who celebrate the Lunar New Year's Day or so-called Chinese New Year's Day out there. Flash 8756. Hi. So cute. KG, yes. Actually, KG reached out to me earlier today. He wanted to help me out on checking the connection of our like the live participating, session. And, we didn't actually have the time to do it. But Teji, always thank you for your concerns. And we've done some tests, for that connection. So I think it's going to work. Okay, fine this time. But we're going to have Teji come up on the show as the first person, the first guest, participate in that live session, okay? Well, Kala, don't be too shy. You don't have to be too shy because you guys are not showing your faces. You guys are not like speaking in front of the video camera, in front of the microphone. And just feel free to share your answers in this chat room, and I will share them with other people, and I will try to give you some comments to improve your answers, okay? And hi, Gwen. I'm new to the show. You're also new. Is it Huang? Yeah. Well, actually, I'm not good at reading Chinese, but I'm trying my best. Welcome. And Ma Yu Min, yes, you were here last time, and you're here again. Hi, Ms. Gwen. Well, thank you for joining the show. Okay, so it's January 27th, and yeah, the first month of 2023 has just passed by. It's just gone. Like, yeah, now we have only 11 months to go to see the sunrise of 2024. But anyway, so with that, I have one set of TOEIC speaking, the test took part in Korea, and I had to look into it, and I had to recreate the whole set of TOEIC speaking to share it with you. Okay, so Kyla's calling me 언니. That's cute. I'm here to participate. Your E, yes. Oh, I read it right. So it was Huang. So, Mr. Huang or is Ms. Huang, where are you from? Let us know where you guys are from. Yeah. It's always very interesting to know where you guys are coming from. I mean, just by looking at the name, I can tell that some of you are coming from Japan and some of you are coming from Vietnam. But just let me know where you guys are coming from. Like Hyla, you said it's the first time for you to be here. And Huang, yes, you also. Just let us know. Yep, KG. It's been 6 years since he first participated in the show. So yeah, long time. And your scores have been going up, right? Still is going up and it's still on the rise, right? Okay. So I'm gonna. Oh, you're from Taiwan. You're still having a holiday, right? Oh, believe it or not, I reached here accidentally, but I'm very looking forward to your session. Oh, Chungin, accidentally. Okay. Hyla, you're from the US? Yeah, I'm from Korea. I am Korean. Yes, that's why you can call me Anni. I'm pretty sure I'm Anni. Yes. That's so cute how you know how to call me Anni. Yeah, guys would call me Nuna, right? But yeah, girls, you can call me Anni. Okay, so this is the first passage. Oops. And I'm going to read it aloud for you guys. Just listen carefully. Actually, I think I made a mistake making this first passage, but anyways, listen carefully. Thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor. Okay, so it's a weather forecast. It's a scriptable weather forecast, and it's talking about how it's going to be really rainy on the weekend. So you need to prepare 3 things, right? And those are umbrella, raincoat, and rain boots. Now you got to be careful when you're reading the word rain boots, because always when we talk about shoes, there is the S at the end of the word. So it's not rain boot, but it's rain boots. You just learned how to call Koreans 언니? Oh, so there are so many names. Even if you don't know the person's name, as long as you know the age of that person, there are some names that you can call them. It's like calling them aunt or uncle, something like that. But in Korea, to an elderly female woman, you call them 언니. And to elderly female woman and you're a guy, you would call them 누나. So complicated. Yeah, but it's right. You can call me 언니. Hey, hello. Thank you for coming. I just started part 1. Yes. This is the passage. And I was talking about how cold and snowy it was and yesterday and even today. It wasn't snowing today, but still, it's still cold. Sip of carbonated water. Okay. All right. So when you're reading this passage, you got to be careful with the TH sound. Like, thank you. There are a lot of Koreans saying thank you or thank you or even thank you, but thank, there's a TH sound here. Thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather. Again, the TH, you have to stick out your tongue. You got to show your tongue, the tip of your tongue. The weather. Mason, what's up? Yeah. Weather forecast. It seems like Richmond, that's the area's name, Richmond, will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up. The word gear up means, you got to get all the gears ready. You got to be ready for a certain event. Gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots with an S. When going outdoors this weekend. And when you are reading words like outdoors, try not to miss out on making that right sound for S. Outdoors. Stay tuned for sports news. That also, sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor. Okay. All right, so that's the passage. Richmond. So I'm going to read this twice. I'm going to read it in a slower version again, and I'm going to read it in a faster version. But I do recommend try not reading it fast, okay? I always say reading it in a moderate speed and making no mistakes, that's better than, making tons of mistakes and reading too fast. Thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor. So that was a slower one. And here goes the faster one. Thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor. Just gotta be careful. Like if you're going to read it fast, don't make mistakes, okay? Kyla says, so you're saying for a older person in Korea, it's okay for you to call them 언니? 언니 means sister, right? Yeah, 언니 means sister, but it doesn't have to be your biological sister to call them 언니. 언니 is for elderly, older women. Whoever is older than you can call them 언니. But this is only for the girls, okay? The girls, if you want to, just say something to anybody who's older than you. A woman who's older than you, call her 언니. And for the guys, it's 누나. Antu, I've been teaching TOEIC speaking writing for about 3 to 4 years in Vietnam, and my top students have reached 130, 150 on the speaking test. Although they have the problem with general pronunciation, I believe the reason they cannot score higher is because of the occasional lack of fluency and intonation. Any tips to boost their speaking? Okay, I think pronunciation, the intonation and the fluency, I think that all is something similar. I like what I do to my students is I have them repeatedly listen to my recording, okay? And while listening to my, recording over and over again, I tell them to read at the same pace, same speed as what you hear in the recording. Now, that way, they can improve their fluency, also their intonation, and everything, the linking sound. It's just like learning how to sing a song, When you're learning how to sing a song, you play the song, right, over and over again. And you sing along to the song over and over again, right? To get the right tune, to get the right notes, and to get the right beat and everything. So you have a recording ready for your students. It's always necessary to provide students with a reference, recording. I read all the passages myself and I share those, voice files with my students. And when I send it to them, I tell them to listen to it. Don't just listen to them, do it for 20 times, but listen to it once or twice and try to, read together at the same pace as I'm reading in those recordings. Then that would help them. Fluency and also with the intonation. Yeah. And also, what I think about language is when you listen to somebody speak, there is a high chance for those listeners to mimic what they hear, imitate what they hear, right? So listening helps them with those kind of things, I think. Kyla, okay, that's what I do with K-pop songs when I study Korean. Yeah, exactly. Because you being the person who is a native English speaker, I'm pretty sure you would have some problem, making the correct sound when learning Korean, right? So Korean, the sound, the way we produce sound is totally different than, English. So in order to get near to the sound that we, produce, it's a must that you listen to any kind of sound reference. Yes, that's a very good idea. I mean, when I talk to my students and when I feel that these students are one certain student has good pronunciation or intonation, in many cases, they have been listening to a lot of pop songs, or they've been following American dramas or movies. They would turn it on and they would just repeat, not even repeat, be able to say the same thing at the same pace when somebody is saying a line in that program. Yeah. Thank you. I'm going to try that in our next lesson. Yeah. Do so, please. I had this, like, my recording played 5 to even 10 times. I tell them to just repeatedly, like, repeat the same thing with me. Like repeating, like singing a song. Helps. Really? You love everything about Korea? What do you love about Korea? Share some of your love, what you love about Korea. Okay, now, this is the second passage. Yeah, and for those of you who are very shy, like Koreans can get really shy. I speak Korean. 저 한국말 합니다, 여러분. I can speak Korean. I can read Korean. So just type in any questions you have in Korean and I will answer those questions. Okay? So I will speak a little bit slower. Yeah. Now, this is the second passage, and let me read this for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the taco joint. We started off as a food truck in Fresno in 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come. Make sure to come by the taco joint when you feel like having some authentic Mexican food. Okay. Well, thank you for calling that, saying that our culture is beautiful. But right now it's just too cold. Being outside right now in Korea isn't so beautiful. Love the language. Like courage. I've never thought about it that way. Like, recently I had to stay for about a week with my parents because it was the Lunar New Year's holiday. And while they were here, my mom especially, she was nagging the whole time, and when I was listening to her nag in our beautiful language, Korean, I really hate it. Well, yeah, nagging. Well, yeah, I love her, but still, I don't want to hear listen to her nagging. There are many things to do in Seoul, that's true. Okay, so let's see. Some words. Okay, the restaurant name is the Taco Joint. The Taco Joint, okay? So it's a place where they sell tacos. The Taco Joint. The is included in the name, so be careful with that. The Taco Joint. We started off as a food truck, not food truck, but try to make more similar to, like, the sound similar to CH, food truck, in Fresno. That's the name of an area. Fresno. You can either read it as 2011 or you could also say 2011. Okay, 2011 is fine, or you can say 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Street. Now that's the name of the street here. Okay, so on the 5th Street. So don't say 5th, it's 5th Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks. Don't leave out those S's at the end of the words for years to come. So make sure to come by the taco joint. Again, the name is 3 words, the taco joint. When you feel like having some authentic, I think this is the hardest word in this passage. It's authentic. Again, you got to be careful when you're making the TH pronunciation, right? Authentic, authentic, authentic. And whenever you encounter a word that you have a hard time reading, try to repeat it several times, like what I'm doing here. Authentic. Like, don't just sit there in front of the screen. Repeat after me, guys, 3 times. Authentic, authentic, authentic. Okay? Authentic Mexican food. So Mexican, in Korean, we would say Mexican, Mexican. But in English, there's got to be the stress. The stress of the word Mexican is on E, the vowel E. So it's Mexican, Mexican. Authentic has the second syllable vowel, so it's authentic, authentic Mexican food, authentic Mexican food. Okay? I love tacos. Yeah, we had tacos when my parents were here. Were amazing. The place that the name of the place that we went to was called Mexicali. It's amazing. Yeah. One of the best tacos that I've had in Korea. Okay, so Kayla is asking any tips on how I can pronounce my Korean words better because I feel like my Korean is a little funky at the moment and when I'm still studying it. Oh, I'll give you a tip or some tips on how to improve your Korean pronunciation. But here, meanwhile, there's a question related to this passage. It's Yu Xin Liao. May I ask what's the meaning of the years to come in this sentence? You know, when they say for years to come, it means for a long time, for many, many years in the future. So basically, the owner is saying that, hey guys, we're opening up a store here, and we don't want to go away. We want to stay here for many, many years. Okay, so we want to serve you tacos, you know, some burritos for many years to come, for years to come. Okay, for a long time in the future. Okay, so try to read the passage and let me know if you guys have any problem pronouncing some words. And I'll be happy to read it for you repeatedly. Wonder how native speakers recognize the TH sound without seeing. By the spelling? Yeah, because authentic, you see that TH? Yeah, that's the exact location where you should make that TH sound. It's authentic. Authentic, right? It's not authentic or authentic. It's authentic. Authentic. Yeah, it's the like the spelling. Yeah, thanks has the TH. There's a part, right? TH. So you say thanks, not thanks or thanks. You have to say thanks. All right, so I'm going to read this passage first in two versions, slow version and fast version. So slow version. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the taco joint. We started off as a food truck in Fresno in 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come. Make sure to come by the taco joint when you feel like having some authentic Mexican food. Now I'm going to read it really fast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the taco joint. We started off as a food truck in Fresno in 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come. Make sure to come by the taco joint when you feel like having some authentic Mexican food. Okay. All right, now, Kyla, sorry, I keep reading your name differently, right? Kyla, I think Kyla, asked how to improve your Korean sound. Okay, now, this is how I will explain. Hold on. So this is a passage that we just had seen, right? This is a passage that I read twice in English, way, because it's obviously an English, passage. And let me read this to you in like Korean way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the taco joint. We started off as a food truck in Fresno in 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Avenue Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come. Make sure to come by the taco joint when you feel like having some authentic Mexican food. So if you wish to improve your Korean, this is how you do it. You just sort of like box each sound. Don't say ladies. You don't make like smooth sound, linking all the sounds there. You don't go to ladies, but you would say le, di, ji, zu. And you would sort of like, fuck off each and every sound. Okay? So that's how you do it. But on the other way around, when I teach my students, I tell them, like 한국어는 꼭 이렇게 따박따박 말하는 약간 staccato. So I'm saying that, Korean is more like staccato. So it's like 빨리빨리 말을 하는 언어예요. 그죠? 따박따박, 또박또박 말합니다. But now from now on, I'm going to speak Korean, but more like in an English spoken way. 그런데 한국어를 말하실 적에 약간 영어처럼 말하면 지금 제가 말하는 것처럼 외국인이 말하는 한국어 같이 들리거든요. 그래서 한국어 하시는 분들께서는 제가 지금 한국어를 영어처럼 말하는 것처럼 하시면 영어를 하시면은 영어를 조금 더 자연스럽게 하실 수가 있어요. Okay? So I'm trying to explain the difference between like how Korean sounds like and how English sounds are like. Okay. All right, I hope that helped you. All right, and let's move on to part 2. Oh, by the way, guys, we have this like link. Can you like send up the link where you could click and you guys can, if you guys send in this is the link that we just uploaded with the Gwen TV ID. And when you click that link down there, you could send us your email address. And when you send in your email address, we're going to send you the invitation, which would lead you to like this room where you could talk to me one-on-one and get my feedback at the end of the show. So make sure to send in your email address throughout the show, okay? And we're gonna, have them received, and we're going to have you be on live like session in orders of by receiving the email address. But it's gonna all happen at the end of the show. All right, so this is a picture. Oh, they're playing chess. Yes, they're playing chess. You're welcome. 천만에요, Kayla. 천만에요. Okay, so share some expressions that you would like for me to mention in this picture, guys. What do you want me to say about this picture? So, like whenever you get to see a picture on part 2, what you have to think about is like, okay, so how am I going to approach the picture in like, in like section wise? Which part of the picture are you going to talk about first? Yes, this is question number 3, actually. This is question number 3. This is question, oh, sorry. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Well, this is question number 3, sorry. Oh, we forgot to change the number on the top. It says question 4, but it's actually question 3. Yeah, wow, smart. Okay, we have 2 pictures for part 2, and this is the first picture that we're going to talk about. So I was talking about like in which order you're going to talk about the picture, like starting from which part of the picture you're going to describe. So for me, I'm going to start off by talking about the guy who's sitting down on the chair. Yeah, he's got that beard, he's wearing, I think, glasses, right? Not sunglasses. And like he's resting his arms on the table. I think he's thinking about what to do, what his next move is going to be. And then I will talk about the guy in the middle, the guy in the yellow shirt, right? He has this beard. Maybe he trimmed the beard just this morning. About guy's beard, but anyways. And he's sitting on the table, all right? And he is playing with the black one. Uh-huh. And he's like, about to move his thingy. All that thingy, the marker, chess. And then on the right side, there's a woman. Now, this woman has the blonde hair. Yes, this kind of hair color, we'd call it blonde, and wearing a blue shirt, sky blue shirt. And she is like, touching, like sort of not holding the cup, but she's like touching the lid of the coffee cup. And she is watching the game. And You can see the outside through the window. There are many trees outside, so maybe it's spring. I mean, like look look at what they're wearing. It's not that like heavy. So I think it's maybe early summer or spring. Is that kind of vibe? Okay, so let's see. Mel. This is a picture taken indoor. Okay, the word indoor, there's got to be S. This is a picture taken indoors. Or you could just replace that word with inside. Inside. I can see 3 people in this picture. One man is sitting on a table, and one man is sitting on a chair, and one girl is standing near the table. All of them are playing chess. Now, chess can be played by only 2 players, right? The person who's playing with the white ones and the person who's playing with the black ones. So I don't think the woman's playing actually. But anyways, you gotta tell the rater where these people are exactly. Like on the left side of the picture, in the middle of the picture, or next to the guy. Those kind of locational information, okay, is necessary. So make sure to include that in your answer. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody? And our participation rate is quite low today. So it seems like after Teji, we're going to have Vanessa come up on the show live, get my feedback. Okay. All right. Well, if you don't have much to add, I will show you my answer. This picture. This is a picture taken inside, and there are 3 people in this picture, and they look like friends to me. And on the left side of the picture, there's a guy. He's wearing glasses, and he is resting his arms on the table, thinking really hard what to do for this chess game. And in the middle of the picture, there's a guy in a yellow shirt. He's sitting on the table, and he's moving his, hair. And next to the guy, there's a woman in blue shirt, and she is watching the game. And maybe they're having a good time. Okay, and I was looking at the clock. I was looking at the timer. That's why I was able to, finish my answer exactly on that time. Okay. All right. So that's my answer. That's what I would say. I don't know how to call that thing on chess. In Korean, I do. We call it 말, 말, horse. But yeah. There's the queen, there's the king, there's the knights, right? But I don't know what exactly his. Okay, so that was the first picture. And here goes the second picture. Second one. What are you guys going to say about the second picture? Okay, it says there's a lag of 16 seconds, but you guys should be able to see it by now. Okay. So it's a picture of a market, outdoor market. I've been to like similar ones in China when I used to live in Shanghai. Oh, Kayla says, by the way, Ani, on my channel, I'm having a hard time, trouble finding good Korean name for the villain of my series. Do you have any good suggestions? Like, villain in Korean would be 악당. 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 So, 악당 is what we call villain. Villain. Tadashi! Yeah, we're just getting ready for the second picture of part 2. Welcome! Okay. It's an outdoor market. And I'm pretty sure they're not merchants, right? These people are not selling, but rather buying some accessories there. They look like a mother and their daughter, right? They're interested in this necklace. handmade necklace. And many other necklaces are displayed outside on the right side. And I think it's very blurry in the background, but we can tell that there are some people in the market, right? There are some people who are selling who look like merchants, and there are some people who like customers who like customers, and it seems like they're buying something here. Yeah. I think it's a like traditional outdoor market. They normally sell those kind of things. Not maybe there could be a place where they sell like the series going to be in Korean. What do you mean the series going to be in Korean? Are you like, explaining something in Korean? Are you telling a story in Korean? Give me some more information about your channel. It's going to be a girl by. Okay. Heiji said in the middle of the picture, there is a woman and she's checking the necklace. I think it's not necklaces, it's just necklace. Okay, and Vivi is going to be the third person on the live feedback session. Okay, Vivi, always happy Vivi. Okay, we got your email address, so we're going to be having you on my live session. That part. It's like a slow TV show. It's like a slow TV show in Korean, are you saying, Kayla? Okay. Are there more people who's going to share some information that they want me to add into the answer for this picture? Just checking a necklace. You know, there's a difference, Teji, between checking a necklace and checking out a necklace. Checking is more like you're, looking at the necklace, wanting to find out if there are any flaws or if there are any problems with that necklace. But when you're checking out something, it means that, you're interested in something. So you want to have a look at it. You're like, you're just having a look at it for the first time and like being interested in that thing. So this person here, she's doing something more like a checking out a necklace. She is checking out, not checking something. Okay. Mel, this is a picture taken on the market, not on the market, at a market or in a market. I can see two people on the left of this picture. Okay, left side of this picture. I think they are a mother and a daughter. Okay, and the mother is just showing a necklace and asking for some advice to her daughter. The daughter is pointing at the necklace. So you have some prepositions left out. It's pointing at the necklace and maybe giving some suggestions. Giving. Because see, we're putting all the tenses in present progressive. So mother is showing and asking for. So she's giving some suggestions. Make sure to add ing at the end of the verbs. And Huang says this is a picture taken at an outdoor market, at an outdoor market, right? Not at a, but at an. And there are two people in this picture. They look like a mother and a daughter. They're both wearing sunglasses. Maybe they're having a good time. Okay. But you have to be careful when you are like talking about the things in the picture. You got to give the locational information. Which part of the picture is it? Now, this is a picture, lim. This is a picture taken at an outdoor market, and there are several people in the picture. In the middle of the picture, there's a woman. She looks like a mother. She's checking out a necklace, right? Use that correctly, checking out. Okay, and KG, in front of her, there is another woman. She looks like her daughter. She seems to be giving some advice about the necklace, right? We're talking about the necklace. and Lynn, and she is looking at a girl, and the girl is wearing sunglasses and pointing at the necklace, and maybe they're having a good time. Maybe you can't say they're having a shopping. Maybe they're shopping. Maybe they're shopping. Maybe they're shopping for some necklace. Maybe they're shopping or maybe they're shopping at the market. Okay. Okay, it seems like the internet is pretty slow, the connection here, also in Korea. So there is a bit of a lag, the time difference between your chatting, like speed, and me receiving the chat. So yeah, if you think that you're like sort of behind compared to what I'm mentioning on the show, try to pull up a little bit to the, like fast forward it a bit and try to catch up with the speed of the actual live show, okay? There's the live button. There's a button, live button. When you click the live button, then you can like sort of watch the live show in sync with almost simultaneously the same time that I'm talking. Click the live button, everyone. Click the live button. Oh, there's a live button on the lower left corner. You see? Okay, same time. So here, when you're watching the show, there is the live button on the lower left corner. Yeah, press the live button on the lower left corner and you can watch the show simultaneously. Okay. All right. So I think I've gathered enough information. So let me share with you my answer. Now, this is a picture taken at a marketplace. It's an outdoor market, and there are many people in this picture. And on the left side of the picture, there are two people, and they look like a mother and a daughter. The mother has curly hair, and she's wearing sunglasses, and she's wearing a jean shirt. She is like, holding up a necklace, and she's checking it out. Actually, it looks like she's asking for her daughter's opinion, and the daughter is pointing at the necklace. In the background of the picture, I can see more customers, and maybe people are having a good time in shopping. Okay. I ran out of time actually. I wasn't looking at a timer. That's the problem when you're like describing a picture or practicing for this like test. If you do not look at the timer, you fail. All right. So even Gwen, I have to like, check the timer once in a while in order to give a perfect answer within the time given. Okay. If I had time, I would talk about those accessories which are on display. Yeah, I would definitely talk about those accessories which are on display. Or you could say some necklaces are displayed. Some necklaces are displayed. And those things are called rack, on rack, on a rack, R-A-C-K, on a rack. All right. Now, moving on to part 3, yes. I'm going to move on quickly so we can have a longer feedback session. Okay, so imagine that an English newspaper company is doing research to write an article. They want to collect information about your thoughts on jobs and careers. It was quite new. Yeah, it was quite new. The questions and the whole like topic was quite new. So they're going to ask you basically about your job experience, and your career. So the first question is, what was your first ever job and how long did you do it for? What was your first ever job and how long did you do it for? Okay, now I have something to say about my first ever job. I think I was 19. I was in college, and during summer vacation, I was still staying in the dormitory. I wasn't going back to Korea. I was in Mississippi, and Mississippi, Oxford is a very small town. It's a college town, and if it's not during the college semester, there are not many people in that town, so there are not many things to do. So during the summer vacation, it's about like a month and a half. I decided to work at a bookstore on campus, and luckily it's during the summer vacation, so not many people are on the campus. The bookstore is almost like empty. It's never crowded, so there's not much to do. So I decided to work at this bookstore on campus with my friend. Well, there were not many people there, so we weren't like, working at the, like checkout like counter. But what we had to do was we had to organize the books. Like we had to pull out the books for the previous semester because now they're not going to be looked at during the next semester, right? So we had to like get in all the new books for the next semester and organize them in the bookshelves. And that was a tough job. I mean, books in college, at schools, they're really thick. They're very heavy, right? So I was wearing gloves the whole time. I would have to like lift up like heavy books, like, and then arrange them in the bookshelf. And yeah, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. And I don't know how much exactly I was paid, but I think I was paid around like $5, around $6 per hour in the early 2000s. Yeah. I don't know how much you get paid for that kind of job these days, but yeah, it was a good experience. Yeah. I decided from that job, I will never do a job where I have to lift heavy books ever. Okay. So that was my first ever job. And I was actually quite satisfied with my job. So I worked there even after the summer vacation. So I worked there for about like throughout the semester for about like almost 6 months. Then I had to quit because for the next semester, I don't even remember. It's been too long. Maybe I was like going away for like the next vacation or something. My first job was as a factory worker at my current company for about 10 years. Wow, really? So you had a different job back then. So when we are talking about job, it doesn't have to be like a company job that you get after graduating from college. It could be your part-time job. Yeah. Wonder if selling Girl Scout cookies could be a job also. Because that I think that was like the very first time when I made money. I was like going from door to door. I would be selling cookies, the Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. Huang said my first job was a math tutor. I've done it for 3 years since I was 20. Yeah, that's a kind of a job like a lot of Asian college students would do, right? Because a lot of us Asians are good at math, except for me. I'm not good at math. Okay, yeah, I think Teji, I think this question includes part-time job. They're saying first ever job, right? First ever job. How long did you do it? I did it for 6 months. I did it for a year. I did it for 2 years. So make sure you include the preposition for. Now, my first job was a TA in my college. I did the job only for half a year. Only for a half of year. Only for a half of a year. A half. There's going to be a in front of half. Only for a half of a year. Jungin, my first ever job was helping some experts in construction field. I worked, I did that. I worked there. I worked there for a month. I worked there for a month because I was done during my summer vacation was over. I did it during my summer vacation. I did it during my summer vacation. So you got to be careful when using the preposition for and when using the preposition during. So when you say during, you would add a noun, the name of the period, which is during my summer vacation or during the month of July or during the weekend. But when you say for, it normally is associated with number for 2 days, for 5 months, for 1 year. Okay? So don't get confused when you use preposition during and the preposition. Okay, and here is the second question. Oh, Lynn, when I was 18, I had my first job. It was a waitress and I did it for 1 month. I worked in a Japanese restaurant. Okay, good, good. Guys, look at the last answer where Mr. Lin or Ms. Lin uploaded. It says, when I was 18, I had my first job. It was a waitress, and I did it for 1 month. I worked in a Japanese restaurant. I think this is a good example of an answer. It's a good example of a good answer. Or you could also say it, I worked as a waitress. I worked as a waitress. I worked part-time as a waitress is another way of saying it. If it was a part-time job, I worked part-time as a waitress. Now, the second question is, do you prefer to work during the daytime or during the nighttime? Why? Do you prefer to work during the daytime or during the nighttime? I think I prefer to work during the daytime. Yeah, because I'm not a night owl. I'm not an early bird, but I'm not a night owl either. Because I tend to get sleepy and tired at night, so I don't want to work at night. I'd rather like wake up not way too early. I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m. and I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. But I would say it's okay to wake up at 6 or 7 as long as I go to bed before 12. And I am in a better condition. I feel more energetic during the daytime. So I prefer working during the daytime. Robot. So while waiting for your answers, Kyla says, the villain in my series is going to be a robot, by the way, and it's a girl. Robot and it's a girl. Kind of robot. Girl robot? Name. I would give it a real Korean name, like Mija, Sunja. A lot of Korean name, or something Sun, Oksun, Youngsun, those kind of names. Yeah, a lot of Korean names end with Sun or Young. You know, a lot of Korean girls, they would call themselves Young, a lot of them. That's because our names end in Se-young, Ji-young, Su-young. Yes. Even if it's a robot, I think it would be very interesting if it has a really human name. Human, something young. Young. And Korean names have meanings because we use most Korean names have like Chinese characters, and all the Chinese characters have meanings. Yeah, so it's quite complicated if you want to make a name in Korean. In English names also they have meanings, right? Like for example, if a girl is born, normally if a girl is born on Christmas, we would call them like their parents would name them Noel, Noel. Okay, and Lynn, I prefer to work during the daytime because I'm more energetic during the daytime and I have better work efficiency. Perfect answer. Huang, I prefer to work during the daytime because I think it's more benefit. It's better for my health. It's better for my health and I feel more energetic in the morning or during the daytime. Teji, I used to work night shift, but I got sick and had to change to day shift. Yeah, nighttime is between 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. No, I would say night is when it's dark outside, right? From like 7 to 8 p.m. and until like 4 a.m. be considered nighttime, I guess. She's an android. Still, it's like an AI robot, right? Give it a very like human kind of name. Human name. Young. Young. Oh, Suni. Suni is a very typical Korean name. It's an old generation Korean name for a girl. But Suni, yes. Suni. Okay, Lamb, because the waiter in some restaurant work from 3 to 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Yeah, but 3 to 4 it sounds more like an afternoon shift. Yeah. If you work from 10 to 12, that is definitely a night shift. But 3 to 4, that's an afternoon shift. It's not even an evening shift. Puxin Liao, I prefer to work during the daytime because I like to wake up in the morning. Good answer. Lamb. And I don't know it was a daytime or a nighttime. I think I answered. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to the last question, which is this. What are some advantages of working in a busy city rather than working in a quiet area? Okay, so it's a quiet area. Like busy city would, definitely refer to Seoul, Shanghai, Paris, New York City, and, Tokyo. They're all busy city, right? Quiet places. In Korea, besides Seoul, most areas are quieter. Yes. Like Korea, Seoul is the most dense city. It's dense, populationally dense city in Korea. So if you want to avoid all the traffic and noise, it's better to live outside of Seoul. But it's very convenient to live in Seoul. My apartment building is located on the street. It's like actually on the street. So when I get off the bus, after like walking taking 5 to 10 steps, you would stand literally in front of the apartment building. And my master bedroom, like where I have my bed is like, put towards the head of my bed is put towards the street, the direction. So every morning around 5 a.m., I couldn't help myself but to wake up because of the noise coming from outside. It's not 100% soundproof, right? So I could hear the buses or like cars, whatever they make sound. So I really hate it. But it's very convenient because the subway is only like 5 minutes walking distance. And if I want to take a bus, all I have to do is just cross the street. So in that way, it's quite convenient. And the office is only like 30 minutes away from here by bus, by car. And when I use my bike, I can get there in 20 minutes. So that's my preferred means of transportation. I love to just ride my bike. So yeah, working in a busy city for me, I think it's better. I have more students in the city. And Yu Xin Liao says there are more stores and choices of transportation in a big busy city. That's true. And Huang, in a busy city, the public transportation is more convenient and there are more sources to take advantage. And also, like being in a busy city, like when you get off work, right after your work, there are so many other things to do because you can't just be working in the city, right? So after work, you got to have your own life. And or you can like meet your friends and go to famous restaurants, or you can like just go to a theater by yourself and watch a movie. It's like all in a walking distance. And even if I have to travel, like some people mentioned, I can take the subway or the bus. So it's very convenient, I'd say. Okay, so next up is Sean. It's Teji, Vanessa, Vivi, Sean, who's going to be on the show. And we're going to have you guys on the live show, live feedback session, that order. Okay. All right, so we covered all three questions. Night entertainment? Yeah, true. Because the place where, I work in the Gangnam area, Oppang Gangnam Style, that song that made the K-pop go crazy. Oppang Gangnam Style, right? So Gangnam is like an area. It's like an area where all the night things happen, night entertainment happen. So we have like lots of nightclubs there. We have a lot of clubs there in general. We have lounge bars. And when I get off work a little late, around like 11, sometimes when I have these kind of live shows, I get off work around 12, right? And I just like go outside. As soon as I step outside of the building, I can hear the noisy music. I can see like young people who's got drunk already and yeah, smoking in the street, that too. So there's a lot of night activities going on in the area that I'm working. Somi, Somi, Somi is Somi. So you're going to name your Android villain Somi. That's okay. Yeah, I think it's an okay name. Somi. We see a lot of Somi these days. Yeah. Each generation has a popular name, right? Yeah, Somi is, I think, quite popular these days. There's a singer. There are 1 or 2 singers named Somi. Lam Chow, well, working in a busy city have more benefits than in a quiet area. We can get more experience, expand our relationship, and we more kind of there are more kinds of jobs we can. It's Lim. There are several advantages of working in a big city, and most of all, it's convenient. You can take public transportation to your company, and it's money saving. Yeah. Okay, so there's a Korean person who recommends a Korean name here. Kayla. So this guy, this person, the Korean person says, Cheolsu and Younghee is the best. When it comes to naming somebody in Korean, Cheolsu would be like Tom in English, and Younghee would be like Jane in English. Okay, so Cheolsu and Younghee for Koreans is like Cheolsu represents a boy's name, and Younghee represents a girl's name. Cheolsu and Younghee is the best, is what the person says, and I agree too. I agree definitely. And Lim, you said after work you can enjoy several activities. You can watch movies, go shopping, and do some exercises. In a busy city, there are various companies. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, like you live in a big city, there are more buildings, meaning there are more companies and there are more opportunities for jobs, right? And these days, some people are having a hard time finding a job. So you gotta be in a big city to find more opportunities. There are more opportunities, right? Mel, the most advantage of working in a big city is I can earn more money than quiet area. Exactly. Because busy city means a lot of people. A lot of people mean a lot of purchases, right? Okay, so here goes my answer. So I would say this for the 15-second answer. What was your first ever job? How long did you do it for? I worked at a bookstore when I was a freshman in college during the summer vacation, and I worked there for about 6 months. And I had to work at the checkout counter, and also I had to organize lots of books. So it was quite tough and challenging. Okay, it wasn't easy. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and the second question is, do you prefer to work during the daytime or during the nighttime? Actually, I prefer to work during the daytime because I'm not a night owl. I am very, like, I get sleepy and very tired at night. So I prefer to wake up around 6 or 7 in the morning and work during the daytime. And I want to have my night off. Night off. Okay, and the last question is this. What are some advantages of working in a busy city rather than working in a quiet area? Well, I think there are more advantages of working in a busy city. Well, most of all, when you work in a big city, there are more opportunities because when you mean a busy city, it means there are more buildings and more companies, which mean there are more job opportunities. So if you're like tired of your initial job, then you can quit your job and move to another company easily. So it's easier to find more jobs in the busier city. So I think it's better. Okay. You can quit your previous job, you can quit your current job and move to another job easily. Hey, Teji, I originally joined the company as a factory worker, but now I have a job where I communicate with overseas branches in English. Yeah, that's why your English is actually getting better and better. I'm always telling you, Teji. You know, studying English is a way to improve your English, but if you have to use English in your day-to-day life, then there's no choice but to like practice or exercise your English, okay, for your living. So that's how you improve your English. Yeah, so if you're interested in like improving like your language ability, like English, Japanese, Chinese, or even Korean, best way, is to get a job where you have to use the language or date a person. Date a person who you have to use the language with. That is like the fastest way to improve the language skills, right? Do you agree? I totally think so. Okay, so this is a chart that we're going to have a look at today. It says new employee orientation on the top. Okay, I wanted to make it bigger, but I don't know how. Try to have it get bigger. All right, just here. Okay. So this is the chart. It's got a little too much information this time. Yeah, so you're given 45 seconds of time and you should be reading, knowing where that information is before the questions are given, right? Okay. So here is the first question. Now, this is a narration part. Hello, my name is Jennifer Parkins, and I'm one of the presenters at the new employee orientation, which will be held next week. I haven't received a copy of the schedule yet, so could you please check some details for me? So she's one of the presenters. She's not a new employee. She's a presenter, okay? So the first question, everybody. What time will the orientation start and end? What time will the orientation start and end? It could be tricky, so be careful. What time will the orientation start and end? They sometimes give you this kind of chart, so it's really tricky. I mean, you see the starting time, but you don't see the finishing time. So you have to give some additional explanation on when it will finish. I think there's a lag. Getting your messages here. Be sure some messages would pop up. Hey, so I have a message from Lam. The orientation will start at 10 a.m. and it will end after the office tour, which will start at 2:30 p.m. Good. That was a clear explanation there. It will start at 10 a.m. and it will end at 2:30 p.m. Please keep that in mind. No, Lim, it doesn't finish at 2:30 p.m. The last session will start at 2:30 p.m. and the last session is the office tour, right? But you don't know when it will end. You don't know. Maybe it might take 30 minutes only. It might take an hour. It doesn't say anything about it. So after the office tour, it will finish, but we actually do not know what time it will finish. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I think Lam has a good answer for this one. Lam Chow said the orientation will start at 10 a.m. and it will end after the office tour, which will start at 2:30. Right? You could add that information to Lam's answer. Flash 8756 said it will start at 10 a.m. and will finish at 2:30 p.m. Again, it doesn't finish at 2:30 p.m. The last session will start at 2:30 p.m. The last session, the office tour, it starts at 2:30 p.m., but it doesn't finish. It doesn't have the finishing time information. Okay? Careful. All right, so that was tricky. That was tricky one. I find this question always tricky. They don't provide you the finishing time, then you just have to explain it to them. The last session will start at 2:30. And after the office tour, your orientation will end, say. Okay. And so that was the first question, guys. That was the very first question, which is always the simplest one. The second question. Ta-da! Will I have to bring my own lunch? Will I have to bring my own lunch? So the person says she'll be participating in the orientation, but will I have to bring my own lunch? Will I? Taiji, it will start at 10 a.m. and will finish around 3 p.m. That's the thing. You don't know. You don't know if it's going to finish around 3 p.m. Teiji. Nobody told you, right? We don't know if it's going to finish around 4. It might be a big company building, so maybe it's going to take like 2-3 hours. You never know. So the last session will start at 2:30 p.m. But you don't know how long it'll take, but it will. That's the last session. So after the office tour, the whole orientation will finish. That's all I could say. Okay? Now, the second question, guys, again, will I have to bring my own lunch? Will I have to bring my own lunch? Will I? Do I have to make my own lunchbox? Do I have to make my own lunchbox? Will I have to bring my own lunch? Lunch. Oh, Lim. Oh, first lamb. No, it's 1000 BK. The lunch will be provided at employee cafeteria, so you don't have to bring your lunch. Good. Very clear. Please don't worry about that because we will have lunch in company employee cafeteria at noon until 1 p.m. You can mention that it will be provided, right? And then no lunch will be provided in an employee cafeteria, so you won't have to bring your own lunch. It will be provided in the employee cafeteria. It's already existing in the company, so it's in the employee cafeteria. No, you don't need to bring your own lunch. We have an employee cafeteria, so you can have lunch there. No, you can have lunch there. You can have lunch there. Liz, well, luckily lunch will be provided at the employee cafeteria, so you don't need to bring lunch. Please keep that in mind. Well, I like Liz's answer the best. It's very well organized and it sounds very natural. You know, she put, well, luckily, those kind of words. And then at the end, she said, please keep that in mind. It sounds very professional as well. Good. Flash 8756, no, you won't prepare your lunch. You won't? No, you don't have to. Is what you want to say. You don't have to prepare your lunch. We will provide lunch at the employee cafeteria. We will provide lunch. Okay, that's got to be the object, and the employee cafeteria. 1000 BK. All right, you cancel something. And Mel, no, you don't have to bring your own lunch because employee cafeteria will offer lunch. Well, actually, it's not employee cafeteria, but it's us. We will provide lunch, or we will offer lunch at the employee cafeteria. Okay. And Huang, it will be fine if you want to bring your lunch, but we will provide lunch at the employee cafeteria. But actually, you don't say it will be fine. I mean, it's like, it's your freedom to bring your lunch, right? You don't have to be like sorry about that. But still, the answer is no, you don't have to bring your own lunch. The answer is no. It's not, it's okay. It's no, you don't have to bring your lunch because we are going to provide lunch at the company cafeteria or employee cafeteria. Okay? It's always better to give a clear direction, all right? Okay, and the last question. I was told that I'll be leading an education session in the afternoon. Can you tell me the details of the session that I'll be leading? I was told that I'll be leading an education session. Remember at the beginning, there was a narration where it said, hello, my name is Jennifer Perkins, and I'm one of the presenters at the new employee orientation. I'm Jennifer Perkins. And then here it's mentioned, she's mentioning, I was told that I'll be leading an education session in the afternoon. Education session in the afternoon. So can you tell me the details of the session that I'll be leading, the details of the session? Yeah, so she wants you to provide all the information in this column. Education session 2, which is held from 1 to 2, right, in the afternoon. So, please do so, guys. I'll be waiting for your answers. Oh, that's cute. Liz SS emoticon. Again, let me read you the question. I was told that I'll be leading an education session in the afternoon. So can you tell me the details of the session that I'll be leading? Can you tell me the details of the sessions that I'll be leading? Tadashi says, do they actually use a tricky table like this? I haven't seen anything like this in Japan. It's also unusual that a person leading a session asks a question. That's the thing. Like I was a little bit like, odd when I when I realized that the person who is actually a presenter at this like orientation was asking the questions this time. Yeah, it was very unusual, Tadashi. I agree with you. So I was like, is it really? But these questions were the ones they were asked. So yeah, I guess they wanted to give it a change. It's a new year and it's the first test of the new year. So I guess they wanted to twist things around. Yeah. So Liz, yeah, I will repeat the question. I was told that I'll be leading an education session in the afternoon. Can you tell me the details of the session that I'll be leading? Because like when they are like when they have been giving the same style of questions all the time, the students and the teachers know what to say. Like teachers would teach the same thing over and over again, and the students would know. They don't, like sometimes we don't even have to listen to the question to find out what the answer is. So I think they wanted to make some changes this time. Refugee C, it sounds like where am I? Is this human language? Hello, what's this? That's funny. Okay. So the education session 2. Oh, Huang, the education session 2 will start at 1 p.m. and end at 2 p.m. True. And it's about navigating company resources, time and expense reporting requirements. Okay. Right. Actually, Huang, when you say education session 2, it's better to say the second education session. Of course, education session 2, we know what you're talking about, but it's the first education session and the second education session is what the number 1 and 2 are referring to. So you would say from 1 to 2 p.m., there will be the second education session, right? And Tadashi, the session you mentioned will take place from 1 to 2 p.m. and you're going to talk about 2 topics. Tadashi, you are on point with that. Tadashi said you're going to talk about 2 topics. Yeah, that's true because it's Jennifer Perkins who's calling. And she also said, I will be leading an education session. So can you tell me the details of the sessions that I'll be leading? So you will lead the education session number 2, right? And you're going to talk about 2 topics, right? One is navigating company resources and the other is time and expense reporting requirements. Tadashi, you are right on point. Good. 1000 BK at 1 to 2 p.m. No, you have to say from 1 to 2 p.m. From and to always go in pair. Okay, so it's from 1 to 2 p.m. Nam Chow, let me check. You will lead education session 2 at 1 p.m. Again, it's okay to say education session 2, but I would rather have you say the second education session. The second education session. You will lead the second education session at 1 p.m. And it has 2 sectors, or I would rather say topics, 2 topics. There are 2 topics. It has 2 topics. The first one is the first. The first, right? First always goes with the word the. The first, or the first one is navigating company resources, and the other, or the other one, the other is time and expense reporting requirements. Please keep that in mind. Okay. So there are 2 things that you guys have to remember when answering this question. So when it says education number 1 and education number 2, you could just say education 1, session 1 or education session 2, but you could also say the first education session and the second education session. Okay? And also the 2 items under the name of education sessions are the topics that are dealt in during this education session, right? So you could say Jennifer Perkins, who's the speaker, she or you will talk about A and B. Or the first topic is this and the second topic is this. Mel, yes, you have 2 topics that you need to lead. Actually, no, she's not leading 2 topics. She's leading the session. She is leading the session. You see how the word lead goes with the word session? She is leading the session, leading the education session, and she will talk about navigating company resources, and she will talk about time and expense reporting requirements. Okay, those are the topics that she will discuss. Those are the topics that she will talk about. Okay, so Liz, I hope that helped you with the understanding. Something you mentioned is useful and is helpful, especially when I don't want to pronounce the exact word. Yeah, that could be. There are 2. It will start at 1 p.m. and end at 2 p.m. Good. First, you will lead an education session on navigating company resources, and then you will talk about time and expense reporting requirements. Wow, I loved Lim's answer. That was good too. That was really good. There are 2. It will start at 1 p.m. and end at 2 p.m. First, it will lead an education session. Because session is something that you lead, right? Lead an education session on navigating company resources. Then you will talk about time and expense reporting requirements. That was perfect. That was great too. Wow, like our followers, some of the participants who join the live shows very regularly, your understanding of how to approach better answers is getting better and better. Yeah, I don't even have to type all of the answers for you guys, word by word. Good. Okay, so finally, ta-da! We have the last question, the last part of the day, which is part 5, question 11. And here goes the question. And Tadashi, believe it or not, the question for part 5 was long and it was very unusual. Some people think that the company should increase the salary of all the employees every year. Now, others think that the company should increase the salary of the employees who only bring good results. What is your opinion on this matter? Give specific reasons and details to support your opinion. So, yeah. What do you think? I think everyone's opinion might vary here. Yeah. But I would choose the latter one. I would say, I think it is better that I think that the company should increase the salary of the employee who only bring good results. I would go with that selection. I would go with that choice, honestly. Yeah, the first one sounds more like a communism party. Everyone should get the same thing. Everyone should get the same salary. Yeah, but we are, like there's got to be a competition. And if you work harder, if you try harder, and if you put in more effort and you got a good result, then that's when the company should step in and give them a higher salary or some kind of a bonus, right? So it would motivate to work harder. And I think that's what I would say. And that's how the system works. Yeah. I think that's how it works in Korea, actually. I don't know about other countries or other companies in other countries, but in Korea, if you work harder, you get a bonus. Yeah, you get incentives, those kind of things. You get paid for what you have done. Tell that you guys are thinking. Again, the question is, some people think that the company should increase the salary of all the employees every year. by the same rate. Like you've been working here for 1 year and you get like 5% increase no matter what you've done. Get it? Others think that the company should increase the salary of the employees who only bring good results. So you work hard, you have good results, you get a raise. What's your opinion on this? Okay. Which one are you guys going to choose? Don't think too hard, okay? This is not like business 101 or economy 101 kind of class. It's just an English class, okay? Just think simple. Don't think too much. Don't get too complicated. Is it too hard, or are you guys working on your answers? Really love to see your answers. No? Yes. So after this part is done, I will do the live session where I get to talk to you guys one-on-one. And the orders would be Teji, Vanessa, Bibi, Vivi, and Sean. Okay, we have 4 people who's going to be on the show today, getting my live feedback. If you wish to like participate, like click the button. I'm going to upload the link again. Can you upload the link again? Yeah, click this link and send your email address to this link. And we're going to send you an invitation note, okay? We're going to send you an invitation letter. And you click that link and you will be in a room with me. Okay, so Liao, I will choose a second opinion, which is that the company should increase the salary of the employees. Because when all of the companies increase the salary, our goods will become more expensive. Took the hard way. Okay. Refugee C, I think that the company provide all good salary, then people to be automatically result. Lynn, I think that the company should increase the salary of employees only bring good results. Okay. I think Lynn has a good understanding on how to start the answer. So I think, and then you choose which part you side on. So I think that the company should increase the salary of the employees who only bring good results. Most of all, it's beneficial to the company. Employees will work harder to get extra bonuses or get a raise, right? And this helps the company earn more money. Furthermore, employees will be more responsible for their work. Okay. Now, Lim, I like your answer, but the thing is, how are you going to fulfill 1 minute? That is why, you see, that is why in part 5, at the end of the question, every question, it says, give specific reasons and details to support your opinion. They want you to talk for 1 minute. And every month I tell you guys, give an example. Talk as if you have been in this situation. Talk as if, last year I worked in a company and this happened and that's what I realized and that's why I think so, okay? Give an example as if you actually have gone through the similar situation, okay? Jungin, to increase the salary for all the employees is old-fashioned and only for government officials. I believe it could be more motivated. It could be more motivating with the ing for employers to get more salary. Employees, not the employers. They don't get salary based on their performance. Okay. So Jongin, it seems like you know what to say. You really have the idea of to like talk about, but just go with simple sentences. Okay. This sentences are a little too complicated. So tone down on the words. Use easier words, I would say. Use easier words. And shorter sentences. You could say, it could be more motivating. It could be more motivating, or employees could be motivated and they would work harder and they want to get salary based on their performance. Like try to shorten the sentences. You're sort of like making a long sentence using a lot of different words. I know this part was quite hard this time. Part 5 was hard. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say my answer for both. But actually, I only have an answer for one side, which is Liz S. I personally think that the company should increase the salary of the employees who only bring good result. That was a good start. I have some reasons to support my opinion. First, it is helpful for the company. Hey, that was a very good start. Last year, Liz, last year I used to work at a real estate office. I was a great worker. I learned faster to do what I was told. I did all the tasks at the office and I even did extra work. Good. Wow, here comes an example. After a couple of months, my boss gave me a raise. I was happy and wanted to keep on doing my best. I became more efficient. Wow, I love Liz S's answer. It's very specific. It is convenient for employees. You can get more money to pay your bills and even save money to go on vacation. Those are the reasons I think so. Good. Now, here, she's got a specific example of working at a real estate agency, and she, worked really diligently. She did all the work. She did like extra hard work, and I guess she performed better, right? She had a better outcome. So the boss gave her a raise and everything was better for her. She got more money and, she was able to pay for the bills and go on vacation and so on. Right? This was what exactly I was saying, Liz. Good. All right, so here's my answer too. Well, I think that the company should increase the salary of the employees who only bring good results. There are several reasons to support my opinion. Most of all, I think it's better for the employees and the company. For example, last year I got a job at ABC Company and I worked in the sales department. And at that time, I was a newbie and I didn't have any experience and knowledge and I didn't know what to do. So at first, I didn't have any good results. But I worked extra hours. I stayed after work. I tried to learn some skills. I talked to my other supervisors, and as time went by, because I worked harder than the others, I brought good results. I had better sales results. I was able to sell more products and I had more clients than the others. So, I brought more results to the company. And as a result, at the end of the year, I got a huge raise and I was motivated. So I worked even harder. That's why I think so. I wonder if it made sense. So I was working at ABC Company as a newbie in the sales department. Now, this time it wasn't a marketing department, it was a sales department, okay? And because it was a sales department, at first I was a newbie. I didn't have, good result, but I worked hard. I stayed after work. Guys, believe me, I stayed after work. I put in more effort. I tried to learn more things and my sales increased. Yeah, I brought good results and the company gave me a raise. I was motivated. I worked even harder. Then that was good for me and for the company, right? Akiko says, I think people to bring good result and profit gets better salary. Yeah, I have two reasons. Akiko, try to read the question, okay? Just try to read from the question. Don't paraphrase it. I have two reasons. One, company have to care all the employees, so company should pay increased salary. Two, employees could be a good motivation if the policy works. And that's why I think companies should increase them. Okay. All right. Akiko, you are going through the same problem as, let's say, Yun Jongin, the Korean guy up there. And you guys have this idea in your own language, right? In your mother language, which would be Korean or in Japanese. And you're trying to translate what you're thinking in your head. But actually, that is not the way you approach English, okay? Look at the answer of Liz S. Liz S has a very nice answer. The words are very simple, easy, and the sentences are very short and easy. And overall, the story, there's one whole story supporting this idea. So that's why I'm saying Liz S's answer is great. Have a look at that answer, okay? And there's Goblin, Gwen Sam. 일주일 동안, she's been watching the videos for 1 week. And even on her first test, she got a very good score. What's your score? Let us know. 고블린, 성적이 뭐였는데요? Well, thank you. That's such a great news on the first show of the new year. Nice to hear that. I wonder which level you got. Yeah, you need to give more concrete example, specific one. Yeah. And the words, like the sentences, is too lengthy and wordy. Less words. Yeah. Just have a look at the example of Liz S's answer. Okay. Very simple, easy to understand. Yep. Okay, now we're all set. Okay. It's time for me to have Taeji come up on the stage. So Taeji, are you ready? We're gonna have you read the first passage, okay? I'm gonna have you read the first passage. So like when you see the link, Taeji, we've already sent you the link. No? Yeah, we're gonna send you the link. Then when you get the link, click on that link and you'll get into this neat like meeting room only with me. Yeah, you'll be entering this nice meeting room. And guys, I'm here. I'm still here. You hear my voice, right? I haven't disappeared. I'm still here. And yeah, I'll be coming up on the screen soon. Or am I? Have I already up on the screen? Okay. My face is getting greasy after almost an hour and a half of this show. Let's reflect. Okay. All right. Waiting for you, Taeji, okay? We're going to have Taeji read the first passage. But this is not the passage. This isn't the passage that we read. Yeah, please invite Taeji, but I'm telling you, this isn't the passage. I think this is from last hour. This is from the last hour. This is from last hour, from the last hour. This isn't this hour's slide. Okay, so we're waiting for a lot of things to happen. Can you share what? See the screen. Okay. All right. So we're about to start a session where I meet you guys live, one-on-one, and Taeji's going to be the first guest, and we're getting things prepared right now. Yeah, just turn that on. Okay. Can you guys actually see me right now? Can you guys actually see me on the screen? Okay. Is Taeji? Share the email again. Okay, so we uploaded the link. We're waiting for Taeji. I'm here. I'm here. I'm back. It's frozen. I'm frozen. Okay. Okay. It's not an easy thing to move the platform during the live show. Okay. So we're adjusting a few things. And once Teiji comes in, we have 2 participants actually. I can't see Teiji. Yeah. I think we might have to invite somebody else. Or Teiji, can you check your email? Because we sent you the invitation. We sent you an invite, but you're not clicking. You're not coming in. Waiting for Teiji to come on in. Okay, well, I think we would have to move on to Vanessa. Okay, so Vanessa, go check your email. We sent you the invite. So click on the invite and there will be a link, and click on that link and you'll be entering this room. Okay, all you have to do is click the link in your email. Guys, when we receive your email, we send an invite to your email address. And when you click the email, open your email, then you will see a link. And that's the way into this meeting room where I'm in right now. Okay. Okay, so Vanessa, I have Vanessa here, right? Hello, Vanessa? Okay, thank you for coming. Can you hear me?
Very clearly.
Okay, I can hear you very clearly too. So can you see the passages? There are 2 passages on the screen right now.
Okay, wait for me. It's a little bit small for me.
Okay, all right. I know it's a little too small for you. It's too small for everyone, actually.
Just wait me for a second.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, I think I just try to do it in my phone. That's okay.
All
Maybe.
right, so try to read the first passage.
Okay. Thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a raining weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor.
Okay, so Vanessa, when you're reading, I have 2 tips for you, 2 kinds of tips. First one is I think it's better to show a clearer meaning phrases, which mean thank you for joining the #1 source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsor. Okay, so try to show much clearer meaning phrases, which means in most cases you have to sort of stop before the prepositions, right? So
Yeah.
like the words like for or on or to, you got to show stops. And also when you're making the R sound, the pronunciation for R, you have to sort of pull out your lips. So it's more like raincoat.
Raincoat.
Yes.
Raincoat.
Or rain boots. Rain boots.
Rain.
Or
Rain
rainy.
boots.
Rainy. Rainy.
rainy,
Rainy. And the word Richmond. Richmond.
Richmond,
Richmond.
Richmond.
Okay, so it's not rainy, it's rainy. So try to gather your lips more to make that the correct R sound. Okay, so let's try it once again.
Thank you for joining the number one source for your local weather forecast. It seems like Richmond will be having a rainy weekend. Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, and rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Stay tuned for sports news after hearing a word from our sponsors.
Okay, I'm going to show you another example of making clear, meaning phrases. Let me show you. It's the third sentence, I believe. Yeah, it's make sure to gear up. You stop there with an umbrella, stop. A raincoat, stop. Or rain boots, stop. When going outdoors, stop this weekend. Okay? So again, it would sound like make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Let's try again. See that part. Make sure.
Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or an rain boots when going outdoors this weekend.
No. Going outdoors this weekend. So when you want to correct yourself in this kind of like situation, you would sort of push away the words after each meaning phrase. So you would say, make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend. Okay? Sort of push out the meaning phrases. Try it again. Make sure.
Make sure to gear up with an umbrella, a raincoat, or rain boots when going outdoors this weekend.
Perfect. Okay. So that's how you do it. When you want to make better meaning phrases, you have to push away each meaning phrase. You got it?
Yes. Thank you. It helps a lot.
Okay. Well, keep practicing, and I hope to see you next month again soon. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for participating. All right. I thought Teju was just here. No? Okay. Teju, are we ready? Teju was here. No? I think the spelling is wrong for Teji. There's going to be I after E. Yes, it's T-E-I. He's my friend. I know his name. T-E-I. J-I. Yes. Okay, we're going to try his other email address. So Teji, we're going to send you an email invite. To softbankne.jp. Okay. Once you receive our invite, please click the link. Click on the link and you'll be in this room. And I'm going to have him read the second passage. Yes, we're waiting for Teji to come to the show. Teji, are you coming or not? Oh, he's going to read this like opening event, grand opening, like, speech of the taco joint. Okay, Teji, it seems like we're having a problem connecting with you. We're going to wait for about a minute, and if Teji cannot come up, we're going to have Vivi come on the show. Okay, so Vivi, have your email opened up, and we're going to soon send you an invite. But I think Teji will be here soon, because he was here just a moment ago. I think he left because he realized that somebody else was in the room already. He's a guy with manner. I hope he can come. My friend Teji. No, he's going to be visiting Korea. Yeah, he told me so. Huh. Really looking forward to him visiting Korea, actually. Last time when Tadashi was here, we had a great time. Right, Tadashi? We're drinking soju. Okay. Well, Teiji's not coming. So I think we're going to have to move on to Vivi. Okay, Vivi, we sent you an email invite. We sent you an invite to your email. So please check your email and click on the link and you'll be invited to this room. Vivi, your email address. Yes, we sent the invite, the link, the very secretive link, the hidden link. You only get to get it. I hope Vivi. Oh, yeah, she's here.
Hi.
Hello, Vivi. Wow. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
So, where are you coming from?
I'm from Taiwan,
Okay, so which city in Taiwan are you from?
and I live in Taipei, the
Taipei.
capital of Taiwan.
Okay, and the reason for studying TOEIC speaking is, why are you studying TOEIC speaking?
I
Huh?
I spent
I was asking why you are studying TOEIC speaking.
For an exam because to be an English teacher after I graduate. And
Ah,
in Taiwan, the government asks you to reach a certain level. Yeah,
okay.
so I attend
Okay.
TOEIC.
Okay, well, it seems like you are good at speaking English. Now let's see how well you can read English, okay? So you see the
Okay.
passage here on the screen. So go ahead and read this passage for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the hackathon. We started off as a food truck in Fresno in 2011. Thanks to all of you, we now have a store here on the 5th Street. I just hope that we could provide locals with, I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come.
Mhm.
Make sure to try the hackathon when you feel like having some authentic Mexican food.
Good. You have a very good intonation. I think most Chinese speakers, they have very good intonation. One thing that I want to point out is when you're reading the sentence in the middle where it says, I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, the meaning phrase should be made in front of the word that. So it should be, I just hope that we could provide instead of saying, I just hope that we could provide. Okay. So there should be a stop before the word that, not after the word. So when I read it, it would sound like, I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drinks, and snacks for years to come. Could you please repeat that part?
I just hope that we could provide locals with good food, drink, and snacks for years to come.
Perfect. And another tip with the TH sound, you know, a lot of Asians, we have problem with the TH sound, right? So when you're saying locals with, it sounded like S. So make sure to stick out your tongue with, with,
With.
with. Okay. So TH, sound of TH should be, and then can you say the word authentic? Authentic?
Authentic.
That's also very challenging. Okay. So only those two were wrong, but overall your intonation is great. I think if you keep practicing, you'll be able to like get a very high score.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you for participating, Vivi.
Thank you, teacher.
Uh-huh, bye-bye. All right. Okay, this is our third attempt to have Teiji on the show. Teiji, we're going to invite you again. We're going to send you an invitation to your email again, Teiji. So please check out your softbank.ne.jp email. And we have just sent you the link. So go into your email, check out that email that we sent you, click on that link, and please enter the room. I am waiting for you. I'm really waiting for you, okay? I've been waiting for you for a long time. No, we're going to go on to part two. We're going to talk about a picture with Teiji. Yes. Yeah, he's gonna talk about this picture. And actually, Teji is pretty good with describing a picture. Yeah, but he's having a hard time getting into this room. Is it that hard to find a room, Teji? We're like, trying really hard to have you in this room. We sent you an email using the softbank.any.jp. And we're going to send you an invite to your Gmail as well right now. We sent an email to both email addresses. Is it really that hard to find this room, Teji? We're like shouting out for you to come. But if Teji doesn't show up, I think we're going to move on to Sean. Yeah, Sean, we have that email address of qq.com. Yeah, so Sean, please go into your email, check our email. There should be a link, and just click on that link and you should be in the room just in a second. Yeah, Sean, you should have received the email by now already. It should have been there by now. Where's my friend? Sean. Oh God. I think we've made this chat room too secretive. It's really hard for you guys to find it. I mean, all you got to do is just send your email to the link that's in our chat room. And we send you the link. Okay, we're going to move on to, now Sean's not there, so we're going to move on to Akiko. Akiko, yes. Please check your email, Akiko. Go. We send the invite to your email. So go into your email, check something. Oh, Teji, you're here. Teji, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can't see your face, but I can hear you.
Hello.
I can see you. Bravo.
예. 선생님. 아유,
안녕하세요.
yeah.
Oh, wow. It took a long time. Hello?
Yeah.
Wow, Akiko, can you wait a second? Yes, just stay there, Akiko, and you can just wait. Okay, so Teji?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna listen to your answer describing this picture, okay?
Me?
Okay, so I'm gonna show you the timer here, right next to my face. Yes, it's your turn. Teji?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Can
gonna
you hear me?
No, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yes.
30 seconds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
This is a picture taken indoors. There are 3 people in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there's a man. He is sitting in a chair. In the middle of the picture, a man sitting on the desk and touches the chest piece. On the right side of the picture, there's a woman. She is standing and touching a paper cup. Maybe they enjoy playing a game of chess.
Okay. Now, I want to make a comment on the pronunciation of CH. Chess. Okay, chess.
Chess.
And chair. Chair. Okay, so
Yes.
when we are saying this pronunciation, when we're making the sounds for this pronunciation, it is really important to pull out your lips. So repeat after me. Chair.
Yes. Chess.
No, chair. Like he is sitting on a chair.
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 Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3 steps. The first step is ch,
Two.
and then the second step is che,
Che.
chue,
Chair. Chair.
Okay, chair. Okay, and then the next
Chair.
word is chess. Please pull out your lips. Chess.
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 Yes.
Okay, and again, very
Yes.
similarly, when you're saying the enjoy, you have to also pull out your lips. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Right,
Enjoy.
good, right. So
Okay.
all the CH sound and J sound, you have to pull out your lips when you're pronouncing the words with this sound, okay? So
Yes.
I think that's one thing that was missing, but I'm going to give you another 30 seconds. This time, try to be careful when making the sound for the words chess, chair,
Chair.
enjoy. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, once again. 1, 2, 3, go.
This is the picture taken indoors. There are 3 people in this picture. On the left side of the picture, there's a man. He's sitting in a chair. In the middle of the picture, a man sits on the desk and touches chess piece. On the right side of the picture, there's a woman. She's standing and touching a paper cup. Maybe they're enjoying a game of chess.
Chess, okay, good.
Yes, okay.
Okay, and also when you were saying paper, it's not peppa, it's paper. Pay.
Paper.
Like as if you're saying you're paying for something. It's pay and then paper. Paper. Paper cup.
Paper cup.
Yes, paper cup. Okay. So a lot of your pronunciation have improved, but some words could be a little tricky for the native speakers to understand. And those sounds were CH, J, and also when you were saying paper cup, yes, you have to be a little bit careful.
Okay.
Okay. How are you doing these days, Teiji? You look exhausted today.
Oh, yes. I took a paid holiday from afternoon today.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
I took a day.
All right. So
Because-
that's why you were not working today in the afternoon?
Yes. Yes. It was. So avoid overtime.
Avoiding overtime.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for your support.
Oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
So I have to say sorry for all viewers. It took a long time.
No. We were waiting for you. We were really...
Also,
Mhm.
I would say, あきこさんありがとうございました。
Uh-huh.
Thanks to あきこさん。
Yes.
He gave the advice.
とんでもないです。I had head off
Okay,
this
no problem.
afternoon too.
Well, thank you, Teiji. And Akiko,
Okay.
thank you. Now it's Akiko's turn.
Okay.
Okay, so Akiko is going to describe the second picture.
Okay.
All right,
Sure.
so it's this one here. Akiko, I'm going to show you the timer on my screen. Okay, so listen, look at the screen, and once it starts, you can start your answer. 1, 2, 3, go.
This is the picture taken outside. I can see 2 women in this picture. One is shorter than the taller woman. Those 2 women wearing sunglasses. I think this is taken a picture at the market outside. I can see a lot of accessories, handmade. Those women looks family,
Okay.
mother and child,
Okay.
daughter.
All right. Now let's make some corrections here. Now, when we are describing a picture, Akiko, there are certain steps. Well, in the first step, you talk about the place and the number of people. So normally I would say, this is a picture taken at a market and there are 2 people in this picture. Because when you say there are 2 women, it means women are adults. 2 adult ladies,
Oh, yeah.
right? But
Right.
one it looks like a girl and one looks like a female adult. So you would say just 2 people. Okay.
Right.
And talk about one person at a time. Don't talk about 2 people at the same time, but talk about the woman first. Like, for example, in the middle of the picture, there's a woman and you talk about her appearance. She has curly hair and she is wearing sunglasses, right? And she is like holding a necklace. That is what she's doing. And then move on to the second person. And next to her, there is a girl. She has brown hair and she is pointing at the necklace, right? So try to talk about each person. And then when you have more time, you can talk about the necklaces which are displayed. Okay. So right now you talked about both of them. You talked about both of them at the same time. That's why it got a little bit confusing.
Confusing.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you time once again. So let's try it this way. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
This is the picture taken at the marketplace outside. There is 2 people in this picture. One is adult, having the curly dark hair and wearing sunglasses and having necklaces around her neck. And she's wearing blue shirt, looks the jeans. And the other woman is shorter than the other women. She has brown hair, have knot on her back. And I think these 2 are mother and child.
Okay, good. All right. This way is much better than the first time you did, okay? But you got to practice on it. Okay? And always when you're describing something, talk about where it is, where the thing is in the picture. For example, in the middle of the picture, there's a way.
In the middle of the picture.
Or
Okay.
on the
And
left side of the picture.
Left side of the
or
picture.
on the right side of the picture. Make sure to give the locational information so you don't get confused.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
information.
much.
I'm fan of you.
Thank you very much.
I'm so happy.
Okay, so we're gonna have Liz S. Hopefully I can talk to her on the show today. Liz, you're gonna be the last person on the show. Hopefully, if you're still there, I wish to talk to you. I really liked your answer for the last question. So I hope you're still there. Liz, we sent you an invite to your email, so go check your email and click the link and you'll be here in this room. And I'm gonna have you do part 3. Liz S. We sent you an email to your hotmail.com address. Liz S. We're waiting for our last speaker, Liz S. Liz S., are you still there? Oh, yes, she's here. She came on the show. I'm so excited. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Liz. Where are you coming from?
I'm actually from Costa Rica.
You're
I'm
from
so
Costa Rica?
excited.
Oh my gosh. So what time is it in Costa Rica right now?
It's 7:06 a.m.
It's 6 a.m.?
7 a.m.
Oh my
7:06.
Okay, you're a morning person.
What am I hearing? Like two voices.
You're
Oh,
hearing two voices? Hi, Liz. Why don't you
hold
turn
on.
off? Why don't you turn off the YouTube and just focus on this
Yeah.
meeting channel? Okay.
I
So,
did it now.
all right, that much better. Now, I'm going to have you give the answers to part 3. The series of 3 questions regarding jobs and career.
Okay.
All right. So,
I wasn't in the review. I started late, so I don't know what is it going to be about. Oh, jobs.
okay. So it's going to be about jobs and careers.
Okay.
Okay, so here's a timer. Now, first question is, what was your first ever job and how long did you do it for? Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Well, actually, my first ever job was after I finished high school. I used to work as a secretary at an office. It was a great experience. I could learn how to do things on the computer. It was helpful for me.
Great, wow. That was good. You even talked about what you learned. Perfect. There's nothing to add to that. Great. And do you prefer to work during the daytime or during the nighttime? 1, 2, 3, go.
Well, personally, I think I prefer to work during daytime. I think it helps me a lot because at night I like to take time to spend it with my daughter. So that's why I prefer to work at a daytime.
This is like a perfect answer. Oh my gosh. All right. And she didn't even know, guys. She didn't even know what the questions were. Now, the last question here. What are some advantages of working in a busy city rather than working in a quiet area? Okay, what are some advantages of working in a busy city rather than working in a quiet area? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Just a second. Let me just think about it something.
Okay.
Okay, some advantages of working in a busy city.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All
I
right.
think well, I think there are some advantages of working in a busy city rather than working in a quiet area. I think it's convenient for you. If you go to a busy city, you know you're gonna find buses there, you're gonna have transportation, you can get to a place faster. I remember when I used to work at an office, it was in a busy area and it was helpful for me and convenient. I could go shopping around the area I had so many. I
Oh my gosh.
things
You know
to
what?
do at a place.
That was good. That was good. Guys, look at how Liz was saying. She was using very short sentences, but she kept on talking and she fulfilled the time. And she basically talked about so many things about work, good things about working in a busy city. She talked about going shopping after work. She talked about the transportation system. Well, that was great, Liz. I mean, how did you learn your English?
Well, after I finished high school, I went to a private university here in Costa Rica, but then I wasn't learning a lot. So I decided to go to the States. I
Oh.
lived there. I lived there for 12 years. I went to college.
Uh-huh.
And now I came back from Costa Rica
Uh-huh.
like 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I'm being, I finished my college here, everything.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm working as a professor.
Oh.
I'm working at a high school too here. Yes.
Okay, no wonder.
On Saturdays, I work with the little ones,
Uh-huh.
and during the week, I work with adults.
Oh, wow. So you're teaching English in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you're going to be a wonderful English teacher. I mean, you know what to teach.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm being learning a lot from your videos.
Really?
You have been very helpful.
So
Yes.
why are you studying TOEIC speaking then?
Because I help adults with
Uh-huh.
the when they have to go to take the TOEIC, so I help them
Okay.
with some recommendations. So I use some of yours,
Uh-huh.
and I'm still I also try to practice every day
Uh-huh.
because we have to practice.
Yes.
Like to watch movies in English. I
That's
listen to music,
That's
and
true. Yeah. And I love the way you talk in simple language because, a lot of like students, they have like so much stress about using like, very hard words and difficult and complex like structure. But I think it's much better to use like your type of English, like very simple words, simple sentences. That's it. And you keep on talking.
that's what I tell my students.
Uh-huh.
The shorter the sentence are, the less mistakes you're gonna have in your
That's true.
sentences.
That is so
You
true.
try to make very complex sentences.
Yes, yes. Way to go. I root for your career and your English teaching. Let's try to communicate more on this channel, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Now, when is it gonna be the next one?
Next one's going to be at the end
February.
of February. So it's going to be, let's see, let me check the calendar. It's going to be February 24th. Yes, it's going to be on the February 24th. But unfortunately, it's going to be really early in Costa Rica again.
I know. It starts at like at 5 or so
I
a.m.
know. Yes, 5 a.m. But please be there next time in February too.
So I'm happy to be here. I
Yes.
wanted to show. I didn't want to show my face, but if there's no other choice, then I'll share it.
Okay, I really look forward to seeing you next time, okay?
I'll be here for sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, and have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye.
Wow, that was really fun. So I was always talking to like Asians here through this channel, mostly, right? So we are Koreans, Japanese, Taiwanese, and also like Vietnamese here. But now I've spoken to a Puerto Rican, and she actually learned her English in the U.S. But see, guys, even if like you learned English in America for a long time, you don't have to use long sentences and complicated words, hard words, difficult ones. Okay, just keep it simple and short, and there is a less chance to make any mistakes. Okay. So it's 10:13 in Korea, and normally this is the time we finish our show. And hello, Tran, you're here. Liz, it was really nice, seeing you on the show today. So guys, next show, I just said to Liz, we're going to be here live again in February, and it's going to be the 24th of February. It's Friday. It's the last Friday of the February 2023. So till then, please review, take the tests, and, watch the old shows, and I'll be here new and live next February 27th. What is it? The last Friday of February. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.